Hello and welcome to Success Stories. My name is Jen Lawton and I'm here with Trish, and I'm really excited to spend time with Trish because she's been a valued member of our community for a bit. And so without further ado, I'd just love to say hi, Trish, and thank you so much for being here. And would you just introduce yourself? Just tell us a little bit about you and before that you found Glow Natural Wellness, just introduce and say hi.
Hi, yeah. So thanks for having me. My name's Trish. I'm a mother of three, all of them out of the house. So empty nester somewhat, but what comes with that is menopause. And my story is kind of I went to my primary care physician and was having some very bad hot flashes, night sweats, just a little bit of emotional roller coaster. And I just tried to get my doctor to say, hey, can you can use this or you can use that to try to relieve some of that, and that didn't really happen. So I started researching, and in my research I saw some things from Dr. Michelle, and I had done like her hormone reset diet meal plan before, and that worked for me as far as helping me to lose some of the belly fat and those kinds of things. And so I thought, well, that worked. Why not try to do something with the hormone replacement? And I really liked the bioidentical portion of it because I had been on traditional birth control pills and they had worked, but then my doctor took them off of because I was too old. I love that. I'm too old. So anyway, that's how I kind of got in with Dr. Michelle, and I joined the Healthy Hormone Club, and that's kind of that's kind of it. That's the history.
Beautiful. Well, I'm a big proponent of success leaves clues. And as I get to connect with more amazing community members, what I'm starting to notice is that there's certain common themes that I'm hearing. And so, what I'm really excited to hear is, well, first of all, not excited, but it's starting to sound very familiar that a woman will go to a doctor and say, I'm having these symptoms, and they're either told, no, there's no help available, or just deal with it, or something synthetic, which why would we ever want to expose ourselves to chemicals when we're trying to balance our system, or forever chemicals or toxins. And
Right.
so, what I'm hearing as the common denominator in these success stories is the part of you that said, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep looking. And you found Dr. Michelle because of your own volition to do your research and keep looking. And, I've known Dr. Michelle for 10 years now. And the reason that she created Healthy Hormone Club is because she knew women would be well served with bioidentical hormone support, but she wanted it done correctly, clean,
Right.
clean ingredients, testing, proper dosing. And so I love that you kept going to find the right fit, and I love that you found us at the Healthy Hormone Club. So I really do want to appreciate that part of you that didn't get told no and then
Right.
just, oh, okay, and went away. I've talked to some women that use the word like I felt bulldozed or I felt gaslit, and
Right.
I don't know if that was your experience, but I want to just say thank you for that you kept looking, right? And I'm glad that you found the cleanest available. So, yay you.
Yay. Yay
Yeah.
me. I know.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yay me.
And I've been through, the hot flashes and the night sweats and the emotional roller coaster where you're like, I don't know if I recognize myself right now.
Right.
And so, how has it been since you joined the Healthy Hormone Club? Has there been any change in sleep or energy, hot flashes? What has been your experience?
So, yes. So, almost, I mean, within a couple of weeks after I started the bioidentical estradiol, that just, I can't even tell you the a difference in my demeanor, for one thing, because I was sleeping better. And that was probably due to the progesterone, but the night sweats were gone. I shouldn't say gone. They gradually went away and even now I'll have some once in a while, but it's not like an every night. I was having them probably 8 or 9 times a night where I would have to, whip off the covers and then put them back on and, then be cold and be hot. And it was awful. So I'm getting more sleep, which makes everything better, makes me be
Right.
able to handle life stressors much easier. And my family thanks the bioidentical hormones because now I'm not so grumpy.
I love that you mentioned your family says thank you, because really when we're sleeping and when we're able to
Mm.
feel like we've got this capacity, like we can't control the roller coaster of life, but when we're not sleeping or when we've had this disrupted sleep, it's just so incredible to be able to have that sleep back and that peace, because it helps
Right.
create a capacity to show up for life's inevitable moments of whatever is happening, right? And so the best thing that we can do for ourselves and for our loved ones is really dive into this self-care. And so that part of you that said, I'm going to keep looking and I'm trying this and this is clean and I'm going to try this, that really does directly impact our family,
Yes, it
right?
does. Hmm.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, congratulations. And with Healthy Hormone Club, I also do appreciate, because I've heard from a couple people that they can call in and you can talk to your hormone specialist even without an appointment. You have a live call line. So, I always love to remind people, if they haven't utilized that, like if you have a quick question or you're getting ready, you don't have to wait for your test review. You
Right.
can call in and talk to them. So have you had a good experience? Have you ever used the hotline?
I have. I've only used it once, thankfully. I haven't had to use it, but I was feeling poorly a year ago. So I've been on these hormones for about a year and a half. I was having some issues, GI issues and whatnot. So I called in and I was like, hey, could any of this be related to what I'm taking? Because it was soon after I started taking the hormones. And she's like, I don't think so, but and we went through it and we talked about, what they did and what I was experiencing. And she was really, really helpful and just said, I don't think so, but if you want to just stop them for a while and see what happens or decrease the dose. And she was willing to work with me with that. But it was good enough to me to hear, no, those symptoms are not relatable to the hormone. So I was like, okay, but it was very nice to be able just to call and ask, because it's not like your PCP that you call and you get a voicemail, and then a nurse might call you back in 48 hours, and then they might answer your question, and then they might say, oh, I have to talk to the doctor. So that was really nice to be able to connect with somebody quickly.
Oh, beautiful. I'm glad that has been your experience. And then also glad that you haven't felt the need, but it's always there for you.
Mhm.
And we also love members to know that, usually about once a month we can get together, and it's really now worldwide. We can get together on the happy hours and connect with Dr. Michelle. So that's fun. And then speaking of Dr. Michelle, if it's okay, I'd love to shift into, because I know that you're a member of the GlowFit program. And
Right.
so, if it's okay, I'd love to talk about what motivated you to say yes to GlowFit, and then what's been your experience. And let's just dive into that for a minute.
So again, I something popped up about Dr. Michelle and then the Glow Fit. And this was very early, maybe the first 2 weeks that Glow Fit had started. And I jumped on a call, I guess one of the first two coaching calls. And I was listening to what they were saying. And I was like, wow, this sounds phenomenal. Something that will hold me accountable for my own health, and someplace I can ask questions and I can interact with other people that are in this group and that are like-minded. And I think that's the most important thing, is that we all have this desire to improve. And I'm relatively fit anyway, but the things that they were saying on this call really inspired me to be like, I could be a little bit more fit. And I think, I think I should do this. And because I trusted her, because of the Healthy Hormone Club,
Yeah.
I trusted her judgment and what she'd said. And I saw her before and after. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, okay, that's what I want.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Absolutely. And the before and after, and but also I love that you touched on just kind of like the next level. So you're healthy And it sounds like you're looking at your nutrition and you do work out and you're healthy, right? You're taking good care of yourself, but there was a part of you like, this is the next level,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the accountability and then the precision. And I feel like if I could almost call it like a call to your own excellence, right?
Yes,
Like
that's right.
there's a level where you're like, my health is great, but this is a call to excellence. I wonder if there's a next level for me, whatever that looks like for each individual person, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so, and one thing I really love about the group is the feel is motivating. I feel like in that there's not a stuckness, if you will.
Yeah.
There's energy around what can we do to improve for
Yes.
wherever we are. What is that level of improvement?
Yes. And that's huge. I have to say I'm a little obsessive with staying on the chats. And I had to go away for a weekend to help my dad move. And so I didn't touch base with the chats for like 3 days. And I felt my motivation just tank. I mean, I was just like, I'm going to eat these, chocolate chip cookies now, just- or I'm going to have this fried fish or whatever. When I got back, I got right back onto the chats and I was like, oh, that was a mistake. Why did I do that? you know, why, I should have just, kept going with it, but I was so busy I couldn't. But it's so motivating to hear everybody's successes and see the videos because there's videos about, their progress. And then me also having to put videos out there just of what I'm doing with the exercises and am I doing them correctly and that kind of thing. So it's a huge motivating factor for everybody. And I think that we just all feed off of each other and it's awesome.
Oh, I love that. And I think that it's so important to have community that's positive and encouraging. They're motivating, but there's also a level of precision too. So what I heard you say is that to have your videos reviewed, like to have your form reviewed if you want,
Right.
there's ways to get a lot of feedback from Coach and Dr. Michelle. So it's really an unparalleled level of access to Dr. Michelle and Coach. Really, really I think very exciting. So, how would you say, like, because you were able to share direct impact that the Healthy Hormone Club had on your sleep and your mood,
Mhm.
and I would assume energy levels. But what would you say have been some of the changes that you've experienced in GlowFit, if any?
So, my awareness of the foods that I eat and the nutrition part of it, of those foods. I've always been a healthy eater. The macros, the balancing, how much protein, how much fat, how many carbohydrates you should be eating a day in order to get the most fit for your body type, I think is the biggest thing that I was like, wow, okay, I'm so glad I did this because and it's hard. They're hard to follow at first, but now I mean I still count them, but I don't have to measure anymore. I don't have to do those kinds of things of how much I'm eating or what I'm eating. I know, okay, I know what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. And then when I know something that I'm eating is not correct for my body in a healthful way, I feel it the next day and I'm like, oh, why did I do that? So I think that's the biggest thing for me. The exercises, I've been a weightlifter for a really long time and I did learn about intensity, and that was a huge thing that I was probably not doing what I should be doing with intensity. But as far as the exercises were concerned, I knew kind of the form and what I was supposed to be doing. But the macros really set me up for success, I think.
Awesome. So macros in the community. And then what have been some of the things that you've experienced in your life as far as is there more energy or do you feel more toned or do you feel more motivation or have there been any other noticeable impacts in your life?
Yeah, so I'm super strong right now. Super strong. I work in the yard a lot and I was noticing, I'd get really tired really easily, or if I'd try to squat down for too long, something, my legs would hurt or whatnot. And so just everyday functional things have gotten so easy. I mean, just super easy. Toned, yes, I'm, you can see the muscles on me, but I think it's just more the functional everyday life things. I can get
Yeah.
the crock pot out of the top shelf without feeling like it's going to fall on my head, or I mean, just
Yeah.
simple things like that.
So would it be fair to say strength and stamina?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because, and then I think that actually is the everything, isn't it? To
Yes.
be able to sustain the activities that you want to do. So
Yes.
the stamina and then the strength. You're feeling stronger and that you can do what you love to do longer,
Right.
right?
Right.
So,
Right. And
yeah,
lift things that I couldn't lift, or move things that I couldn't move before, or those are huge. I can carry that 50-pound bag of sand now without pulling it along the ground. I can
that's
put
huge.
it over my
Yeah.
shoulder and just say, okay, here we go. So I mean, that's huge.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. And I think I actually for the first time experienced working out really, really hard, but
Hmm.
not being completely floored by it, not being completely knocked out. I think in the past, when I would do a hard workout or have a lot of cardio, there was a way that I felt like I had to just absolutely recover from it. I was almost like tanking the whole day if I had a really hard workout. And I feel what shifted is that I can have a really intense workout, but I also
Yes.
feel energized for the rest of the day. At least for me, that's been a really pivotal shift. Like, oh, I've got a lot of gas left in the tank. In fact, I feel more energy than when I started.
Right. You can keep going and doing
Yeah.
what you can do,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
you sleep well at night.
You do sleep well at night. So that's been a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
That's been fun. And then I'm not sure if this has happened for you because you said in the Healthy Hormone Club as you're feeling good, your family noticed. One of our other members mentioned that because she's been getting stronger and having more confidence in her body, she started noticing that there was a bit of a confidence showing up in other areas. Have you noticed that in your life? Has there been impacts where you feel like, oh, I'm kind of going for things that I might have held back in other ways?
I'm always kind of a go-getter, so I
Cool.
can't say that I have had that, except for I'm doing the DECA. And that is not something that I would have done even 2 months ago. Okay, we're going for the DECA strong. We'll see what happens.
You're doing the strong.
The
Awesome.
strong. Yep. November 8th.
All right, beautiful.
Yep. So that is a huge thing for me to have that confidence to be able to do that.
If you were just going to share anything with Dr. Michelle, what would you like her to know?
I'm very thankful for both of her programs. They have made my quality of life so much better.
I'm so happy it just makes my heart happy. And then what about if someone is saying to themselves, they're on the fence, they're hesitating on the Healthy Hormone Club or GlowFit, or if they're just having that hesitation, what might you say?
I actually have a friend that is on the fence about all of this, and I feel like I have, talked about it, said how good this is, and this and that and so forth. But what I did is I actually just bought her and gave her some of the estradiol. So I don't know if that's what I would say to somebody else, but do your research. I mean,
Yeah.
th- that you have to do your research and see if it's right for you. But if you're looking at all the comments that are on the website and seeing, all the good reviews, I think that is a huge motivator to get going, and that you're just going to feel so much better if you do it. I guess that's it. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know what I would say except for do your research.
Yeah. Do your research. And if someone has questions, just so you know, if somebody does have questions, we have a really powerful team that can connect and answer questions before somebody joins Healthy Hormone Club. So if they have some questions, you can always connect them with a member of my team. I can make sure that you have the link and we can set up a call and they can get questions answered that way.
Okay.
And we've also had many people just buy the Trio test, right? So that they
Yeah.
can see where their hormone levels are at. And I think sometimes seeing in black and white, like,
Yes.
oh, and then getting a little bit of an education around, well, they could meet with a hormone specialist and they would say, this is the protocol that we would give you. And so it's a little bit of help before they join and they can join that way too. And that works also. So there's many different ways to come into the Healthy Hormone Club. Or if somebody doesn't want to have the membership that has like the unlimited clinical support and the testing and all the things that are included, they can also just do it themselves through the website. But I'm a huge fan of the Healthy Hormone Club, right? Just
Yes, yes, me too. And like I said, I purchased the one that for my friend so she could get started to maybe feel better and then be like, "Oh, you know,
I think
I
that's yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what else to do. Sometimes, my friend is kind of, you know, slow to do anything. So the best way
Yeah.
to do it was just, here's your
Here you
gift.
go. Here you go. You're welcome.
But
I love that.
that's how strongly I feel about it, though. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say is I felt strong enough to actually purchase it for her
Yeah.
and help her to discover that this is a great journey to be on.
That's powerful. I think I just want to say thank you for your time
Well, thank
and congratulations on saying yes to yourself over and over again. As far as
you.
I know, there's more. I know there's a level of feeling better. I'm not going to have these sleepless nights and reclaiming, right? Like reclaiming your strength and your power. And so, congratulations, because it does take you saying yes to yourself over and over and over again. And congratulations on your strength in the garden and the stamina
Yay!
and that beautiful smile. Yeah, and yay, Deca. I'm so
Yay,
excited.
Becca!
I'm so excited. Yay, Deca. I'm going to do the Deca with my 10-year-old son, so that's going to be fun.
Oh, fun. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm doing it with my
Yeah.
husband, so he'll come too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That'll be amazing. And thank you for being such a valued member of our community. And I love that you have the GlowFit community to get that motivation and that support. And so I'm so glad that this has been a good experience in your life. So thank you.
Absolutely.